Did little kids' clothes have that many pins too? I can only imagine the horror. Okay, so many questions on my last post about the pins. Why not buttons? Why not zippers? Why not Velcro? Straightforward. The rules are the rules. They don't change their rules very often. So a friend of mine actually sent me a text the other day and said, hey, I've been doing some research on the whole like flathead tiny pins thing. And she informed me that that machine and those pins were invented back in the 1800s. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So when you really think about it, the Amish that I'm from, they're sort of stuck right around the 1800s stage, right before the steam engines came out. That's sort of where they're stuck, where they're like, we don't want to get any more modern. Even the steam engines are too modern. We're going to hang out right here. But then the pin part, there's a form of modesty that comes with that for them. Also, I believe that there is some form of, it's harder to get to the woman because pins are a lot harder to get off than just undoing a zipper or a button or Velcro. So there's a form of morality and modesty there with the pins. To answer your question on whether or not little kids had these, no. From the time that they're born until they are 8 years old, the girls do not have to use these types of pins or any type of pins. So their dresses are made with buttons, so holes and buttons. And I still remember sewing the buttons on, and I remember sewing the holes by hand for the buttons. Really nostalgic when I think about it. It's really, really cool to have that experience. But I'm going to tell you something kind of crazy. So this is really, really weird, but the young boys, from the time that they're born until they're 2 years old, they wear dresses. They don't wear little pants and shirts. They wear dresses. And I did not realize just how weird that is until after I left. I was like, wow, that is actually really, really weird. Huh, interesting. Never crossed my mind until after I left. So that is your feedback. Now, I want to tell you this. Old order, new order types of Amish, they're completely different. Their dresses may not even need very many pins, if any, because of the way that they're sewn together. We just were never allowed. I remember looking at those dresses and just being like, man, that'd be so simple. Slip on a dress that's like cape and apron and everything is like fully on, sewed on. Oh, that would be so easy. But we weren't allowed to have it that easy. We had to have everything the hard way. Safety pins were something that we used for our underdresses. So anything that was used underneath the external dress, that we were allowed to use safety pins, but not for the external stuff. Someone made a comment on the other post about how long it took us to get ready for church from the time we got up till the time we got to church. We got up and we went and milked the cows just like any other day. And then we went in and we had breakfast and everybody had their routine of getting ready. And after breakfast, we cleaned up and we went and got ready. And we could get from top to bottom, getting all of that dress that I showed you in the other video in less than an hour. And then get off, and usually by 8:30, we'd be out the door to go to church. So there you go. That is the whole wrap behind the buttons and the zippers and the non-Velcro. Velcro was like big no. We had hook and eyes for our coats, and we had the buttons for the young kids, and then the guys used buttons for their pants and shirts and trousers. They didn't have to do any kind of pins. Ooh. Anyway, thank you.